Howdy, gang. Dave here. Just want to share a couple thoughts with you. Um, I'm hearing a lot of people that are posting things and saying that this presidency is illegitimate. This is not constitutional, and they think that the military's all in control, and they're going to come to the rescue and whatever. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. And maybe this is a completely illegitimate election. Biden is really not legally our president, and that everything that happened is completely unconstitutional. And these laws have to go through. The Constitution must be followed, so he's going to be deposed and all that, right? So here are my thoughts. And even if it were all true, here are my thoughts. None of these people follow the Constitution. So it doesn't matter how constitutional anything is. Doesn't matter how many laws that they broke. Doesn't matter if it was illegitimate or not, if the election was stolen or whatever. None of these people that are in the walls of the Capitol, I mean, you could probably count them on two hands, right? None of them follow the Constitution. None of them follow the rule of law. In fact, they will use the Constitution and all of their power of office to go after people that don't agree with them. That is the truth of the matter. And the only reason I'm posting this here is because I don't want people to be misled. So if you're holding out hope that the military is coming and they're gonna save everybody and Biden's gonna be removed and Trump will step on back in or whatever, that's fine. But you better be making a backup plan. You better consider that we are going into captivity, okay? Because that is what's written. Everything else, none of it's written. It's written that if we repent, if our nation repents, God will heal our land. I mentioned that before in a previous video, but our nation hasn't repented. Get out there and just take a look at it. Take a look at how, just, you know what, you can go on Twitter, right? I know you don't want to, but you can go on there and you can see what everybody on the opposing side is saying. And I mean, literally, it's downright mean. They have no class, right? Anyway, my thoughts are this. It's sooner or later, and I think it's sooner, we're going into captivity. And this is how we're going to be led into captivity. Everyone's going in. It's going to be by the rule of law, and everyone's going to, half of the people are for it and half are against it. And it is what it is. It's written, Revelation 12, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And I pondered that for a long time. It took me a long time to really realize what that's about. And I haven't really heard a lot of people say much about that, but it means that those people that are leading us into captivity right now, it's going to be them going into captivity. All right? The judgment is coming down on them. Simple as that. Don't let it come down on you. Prepare your mind, prepare your spirit, prepare even your flesh for this time of trouble. We are in the time of Jacob's trouble. So, I'm sorry. I do not see anywhere in the Bible that says the cavalry's coming, the military's coming, any of this is coming. A lot of people that are following QAnon, and I'm not saying that he's a lie or it's BS or I'm not saying that. But if you are holding all of your hopes up for that, which none of it can be substantiated. I mean, except you could say these things were told a year before and they really happened or whatever. That's great, but I'm sure there's many things that were said that Q said that didn't happen, you know. And of course, people are going to argue and say, yes, it did, because this links with that and that links with that, and this must mean that. It doesn't necessarily mean that. If you want to reason something into your belief and see, this is how it's all playing out because everything's linked like this or that, you're really misleading yourself. You need to mentally prepare your mind for what is coming. We are going into captivity. Now listen, if the military steps in, great. I am all for it. Heal our land, Father. You know, but I just don't see it. I see a lot of things that could mean that or could lead up to that. A lot of conditions in place that would justify that and all that. But just because we can justify it doesn't mean it's going to happen. There's nothing prophetic about it. What is prophecy is we are going into captivity, and everybody, the whole world is going into it. So what has affected the whole world lately? Well, I would say the pandemic, the mask wearing, the keep your distance, and all of this stuff. Stay at home because it's safer. Oh, get ready because it's probably coming around for round 3. All right. I would just say that has affected the whole world. And I'm sure there are powers that are behind the whole thing. But listen, they have all the guns. All right? And unless you are ready to arm up and roll out, we're going into captivity. I mean, and listen, I'm not saying that we shouldn't. You know, it is the right of the people to remove a government if it came down to it, if they became tyrannical. And I'm not making any kind of call to action or anything like that. I'm just telling you what is in the Declaration of Independence. All right? That is a right to us. Now, you can also say the government is only in government by the consent of the people. That's you and me. And so, but it's irrelevant. They're not following the Constitution. They're not following the law. You just take a look at any one of these election cases. Any of these states, you had Republican legislatures and you had Democrat governors, secretaries of state, appointed judges, and they all circumvented the legislature to allow this election to stand. And it's in my opinion, it's unlawful. They have broken the law and they have stolen your country. But what are you going to do about it? I'm watching. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's about it. I'm out. We'll talk to you later. Take care. God bless.